Hi guys, it's Sherry, and it's still Halloween crafting, but let's make something useful. You guys stay tuned. Okay guys, so today's project is a suggestion from one of you guys. Emma Bernard suggested making a skinny notepad, adding magnets to it, and making it useful as a refrigerator list. Exactly what we're going to do today. So I'm going to bring in the two that I made and show them to you. And here's one, and here's the other. And I get a lot of questions about how to make these items reusable. Now guys, I'm going to share something with you. When I make them as a notepad, I am going to make them as a one and done. As a refrigerator magnet, because this will not see the normal wear and tear as a notepad that might be dropped in and out of a purse. I will make this reusable, and I am going to walk you through the process of how we make it reusable. And this is the same process that you can use to make your notepads reusable as well. So let's get started on making these. We're going to start with our skinny that I cut down from the Dollar Tree notepad, and this measures 2 7/8 by 8 3/4. Able to get 4 of these from one Dollar Tree notepad, and I have a link in the description box on how to cut these down. It's a video on how to cut these down. And also in the description box are links to all of the things that I'm using in this video today, with the exception of the paper. So please, before you leave me a message asking about the tape, the glue, the chipboard, etc., please check the description box. So to make the backer for the skinny notepad, this is the piece that will actually have the magnets on the back. We are going to start with a piece of chipboard that measures 3 by 9, and I have actually already put tape on here. That's why you see the shiny. And then we have a piece of paper that measures 4 by 10. So I am going to take this chipboard and just lay it down on the paper. Just like that. And then I'll take it and I am just going to fold this around. And then I'll come back with my scissors, and basically where I fold it this way and I fold it this way, I create a little intersection. And where it crisscrosses, all I'm going to do is come back with my scissors and cut straight through where the intersection crosses. And then I'm going to take my tape and just lay it down on all 4 sides of this board. And I'll come back with my bone folder, get that nice and stuck, and then I'll lift up my tape and I will wrap my board just like this. And I'll make sure I come back with my bone folder to get everything nice and stuck. Okay, so once we have it like this, we're going to go ahead and place some tape on the back side, and I will take a piece and just run it down the middle because I already have stickiness on both sides here. So I'm just going to place a piece of tape in the middle. So before we place our liner piece, now is the time that we would place the piece that will actually hold our notepad. So all I'm going to do is pretend at this point. So I have a piece that measures 6 by 1, and I'm just going to do a very light wrap around. And there's enough tape on the back that it's going to hold. And what I've done is I've brought it in about 1/8 from the top on my wraparound. Then I'm going to take my paper pad, and this one has the backing from the actual pad itself on it. But if you don't have a backer on it, you might want to add a thin piece of chipboard because that's just going to help to hold it in. So I'm just going to take this and slide it through first of all to make sure that it's going to slide through. And then when it slides down, I want to make sure that when I have it mounted, it slides down so that it's not above the top. And where I've got this placed is perfect. So I am going to take it out, get this stuck down because I've got it in a really good spot. So I'm just now going to take my tape that's on the back and get that stuck down. So I'm going to test it one more time just to make sure that it's going to slide through before I put a liner piece on the back. Okay, and that does slide through and it holds very well. And then I want to bring in another piece and do the same thing a little further down because I don't want the side of this flopping around, because if I put one at the top, it'll hold at the top, but it still may go sideways towards the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and place this down just like we did the one at the top. So I am going to put this in just like this, and then I'll loosely place this one just like this, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to work, but we'll test it just to make sure. So when we slide it in, I'm going to come back to that last sheet and get it slid through. And as you can see, it's now slid through, and this is how we make our pads reusable. So I'm going to take this out because I now need to finish putting everything together. So you can see I've got my stopper here, my stopper here, and that will make it so that our pads are now reusable. So now on the back side, I have a liner piece that measures 2.5 by 8 3/4, and I am simply going to place some glue on the back all along the perimeter, and we'll get this stuck down. So I'm going to take this, get it positioned, come back with my bone folder, and let's get this stuck. And now that we have the liner down, we're going to go ahead and place our magnets so that they can dry while we're doing everything else. And I'm just placing one magnet at the top and one at the bottom. And I'm just sticking these down with my reptile glue because it will hold these. We just need to give it nice time to dry. So I'm going to set that to the side and we're going to work on this. So what I want to do for this is, just like I have this really cute little topper here, I want the same thing on this one. All right, so while the magnet is drying, I am going to go ahead and work on the skinny. And I have a piece that measures 2 7/8 by 3. And I am going to use this as a topper for this, just to create a decorative piece. So here's what I'll be doing. I am going to take this and just wrap it around, getting it nice and creased, and then I'll take that crease and come back and just smooth it out. And now I can take this and just place it here, and I can fold it on back just like this. You don't have to do this. I'm doing this because I think it finishes it off nicely. It gives it a more professional look, and especially if you're trying to sell these, then it definitely adds to that sale value. So all I'm doing is taking my glue and running my glue towards the back portion. So I put my glue right back here, and I'll take the front and just wrap it around. I don't want to get glue on the actual paper pad itself. And then I'll take my bone folder and just work that in. And now I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to add glue to the back here. So now I'll come back and I'm just going to smooth that down just like that. I'll flip over the front, get that nice and flat. It doesn't have any glue on it. This will lift up just like that. And so I think I'm going to use this little sticker. It says, "Eat, drink, and be scary." So I'm going to take just a little bit of my glue, put it on the back, place this down just like this. And then I'll come back with 2 black flat back pearls, and I'm just going to add a drop of glue on both sides of this little greeting. And I'll pick up my pearl, and we're just going to place that. And you can see what a difference this makes. It's all the little things that we do, guys. It doesn't take much, doesn't add anything really to the cost. It's just those little things that we do that can help create the resale value of our items. So our magnets are dry. We are going to take this gorgeous little pad and put it in its home. So I am going to just lift up the paper because we don't want the paper going through, and I'm going to slide this through just like that, and I'll make sure I slide it through the bottom just like that. So I'm just feeding it through, and then I'll come back and I'm just going to bring it down so that everything is in there nice and snug. And you guys can see we now have a skinny with magnets on the back, so we can mount this on the refrigerator, and we can take the pad out when it's done and put another skinny pad in its place. So I'm bringing all 3 of these skinnies in because I want you guys to see just how fabulous they are. Final thing that I would do to these is I would take a piece of paper, my scrap paper, and I would simply wrap this around. It's just a great way of being able to keep everything nice and neat if you have it out on display. So now we've got this down. It's nice and tight. It's gorgeous. And we can take these and we can put them in boxes, or we can put them in cellophane bags. So there we have it. 3 gorgeous skinny notepads that can now go on the refrigerator, can now be refilled, and you guys now know the technique for creating a refillable notepad if that's what you choose to do. This is the process I would follow if I was doing that to my notepads. These skinnies are not the same size as the flip skinny. They're slightly larger because they're mounted on a platform base, so they will not be the same size when finished as these. And this custom box was created to fit this skinny. So the flip book skinny that I made, as well as these refrigerator skinnies, will not fit that box. So what I'll be doing is I will make a box that will hold either one of these items. So look for that in tomorrow's video. You guys, I hope that you like this project, because I do. I think these skinny refrigerator lists are just absolutely adorable. So I hope that you like this project. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys have a great day. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.